Welcome back to Book Break. In this video we are going to look back on our favourite books of 2021. And first I would love to know what your favourite books of the year have been. Do leave us a comment below letting us know which books you have just adored this year. But we are going to take a look back on all of the videos we have made in 2021 and find out which were the books that we just could not stop raving about. I did this halfway through the year as well, so I'll link to that video in the description box below so you can look back and see what our favourite books were at that point, and you will find some overlaps here but also a lot that have really snuck in the second half of the year. So the results are in. I have got 6 books that made it to the top, the 6 books that I mentioned the most times on Book Break in 2021. A lot of those are tied though, so I'm going to give you an overall number 1, the 2 books tied in 2nd place, the 2 books tied in 4th place, and then the 1 book that made it to 6th place. I always get a little bit confused when skipping ranks when things are tied, but I think that's right. So we'll work our way up, starting in 6th place. The book that I mentioned the 6th most often on Book Break in 2021 was a mystery novel, The Lamplighters by Emma Stonex. Let's see everything I said about that one. The Lamplighters, The Lamplighters, The Lamplighters, The Lamplighters. The Lamplighters is a really poetic, really unusual mystery, which is based on this amazing true story. 3 lighthouse keepers who vanish without a trace. The table was set for dinner, the door is locked from the inside, all of the clocks stopped at the exact same time, and the weather log describes this massive storm even though the skies have been clear all week. So what happened? It's very unusual, it's ghostly, one of the most beautiful books I have ever seen. The cover is so gorgeous, it's just gorgeous. Everyone at work is so excited about this book. Look at that, absolutely stunning. A lot of that was me talking about how gorgeous the cover is, but come on, look at it, it's amazing. So, in joint 4th place, we have 2 books that are pretty different from each other. Luster by Raven Leilani and Black Water Sister by Zen Cho. Let's take a look at both of those. Luster by Raven Leilani. Luster by Raven Leilani. Black Water Sister by Zen Cho. Black Water Sister by Zen Cho. This was a debut novel that got so many people talking about it this year. The hype is there for a reason.
BookTube went nuts for it, the world went nuts for it.
This is the book that everyone is buzzing about on BookTube this year. It is one of the best written books I've ever read. This book is darkly funny, darkly relatable, and it just perfectly captures the often brutal mess of being in your 20s.
The cover, Emma, the cover!
So this book follows Jessamine. A stressed zillennial lesbian fights gods, ghosts, gangsters and grandmas in 21st century Penang. So it's got magic, ghosts and goddesses, it's got heat, we get to explore Malaysia.
Lesbian main character, which I'm always there for.
Candice Carty-Williams called it the most delicious novel I have ever read, so I'll just wait here while you add that one to your basket. See what I mean? Pretty different vibes there. Then we also have 2 books that were joint for the 2nd most mentioned books on Book Break in 2021, and both of these you will actually have seen before because both of these made it to our mid-year highlights as well. And those books were The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu and Bridget Jones's Diary and Other Writing. Let's play the highlights reel. Bridget Jones's Diary, Bridget Jones. Bridget Jones's Diary, Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. The Library of the Dead, Library of the Dead, The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu. Here it is. I absolutely love this new cover.
Gorgeous gold embossed knickers on the front.
It's a laugh out loud series. So funny. She is hilarious. This one is set in Edinburgh and gets a bit supernatural. Another one for library lovers. It's a fantasy series but with strong crossover appeal, and it's about a girl who can talk to the dead. If you're a fan of books like Rivers of London, this is definitely gonna be your vibe. I've heard this described as Sixth Sense meets Stranger Things. And then finally, a book from the summer that snuck up and became the overall most mentioned book on Book Break in the whole of 2021. And that book was She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. Let's celebrate all the times I talked about that book this year. She Who Became the Sun, She Who Became the Sun, She Who Became the Sun, She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. So this is actually a retelling of a real legendary figure, an epic historical retelling. So it's a gender-swapped reimagining. So this one subverts gender roles in a few different ways. And there is more than one genderqueer character in the book. So it's about the desire for greatness, fate and glory and destiny. Cersei meets Mulan. So that gets you at least halfway to understanding quite how epic this book is. So those were our most popular books on Book Break in the whole of 2021. Do let us know in the comments your favourites. Which books could you just not shut up about in 2021? I want to also link here to the mid-year favourites video that I made earlier this year. So click through and have a look, and I'll see you next time.